Hi, my name is Lance Goodell, member of the PTR, an organization for tennis teaching pros. And today I'd like to talk to you about return to serve. The return to serve is the second most important psychological stroke in tennis. So if you're ready to learn how to return serve, let's get started. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about positioning. Your basic position of return to serve is going to be just around the baseline, maybe a little bit behind it, maybe a little bit ahead of it, depending on your talent and your ability as a player. But generally speaking, you're going to want to be just behind the baseline. Now, ready position, you hold your racket out in front. You don't really want to hold it out too far, but you want to hold it out in front of you. Keep the racket head slightly up, but not impairing your vision. Now, if you're right-handed, left-handed, you always want to start out with a forehand grip. You wait with a forehand grip so that when you let go of the racket to hit the forehand return, you're already ready with that grip. If you've got a backhand return, the left hand helps you change your grip like that. Okay, now remember this, that a return to serve is basically a modified ground stroke that you're using to return the ball. The ball's coming at you much faster than a ground stroke, so you don't have as much time. So you start your racket out in front, good ready position. You want about a 3/4 backswing. You take your racket out, lean slightly to the right, take a step forward for the forehand return. About a 3/4 backswing, lock the wrist in position, stroke through the ball, finish up over your shoulders. Now, sometimes if the ball's kind of high, you may want to take the racket back a little higher and undercut it as if it's a stroke volley. But basically, you want a 3/4 backswing. That's the key to being on time. Otherwise, you're going to be swinging late and spraying balls all over the place. Now, when you do the same thing on the backhand side, it'll look like this. You take your racket out here, about a half a turn of the body, change your grip in this position, step, and stroke through the ball again. And again, on the backhand, you can also go ahead and take your racket out high, and you can underspin or slice the return. Main thing to remember is to shorten the backswing. That's the key to return to serve. Okay, so I talked to you a little bit about return to serve, and I emphasized the importance of a 3/4 backswing. Now I'd like to demonstrate that for you with the ball coming to me. So remember, the important thing is to not overswing on return to serve. Ready? Here we go. All right, you mainly want to keep the ball out in front by not taking the racket back too far. And you want to follow through on your stroke so that you put a little bit of natural topspin on the ball. And that way you help keep it in because you're going to be hitting the ball a little faster than you would normally on a ground stroke. Why? Because you're hitting a ball coming at you faster. All right, and that's your basic fundamental return to serve. Okay, so I demonstrated for you the basic forehand return to serve. Now I'd like to show you a little bit of a variety of return to serve on both forehand and backhand side. So the first thing will be on the forehand side and go like this. I'll hit a little underspin slice for you. And then I'm going to hit a heavy topspin. You notice I dropped the racket way down here and really brushed up on the ball. That's something I would do on a second serve if the ball was coming a little slower for me. Okay, and on the backhand side, again I'm going to slice the ball. And the second one will be more of a drive. All right, and again, you hold the finish, you reach out with your stroke, and that's basically your return to serve on both forehand and backhand side. Okay, so I just got through demonstrating 6 basic techniques of return to serve, and just want to remind you that the return to serve is really the second most important psychological stroke in tennis.